Race officials give the OK. Riders have their eyes fixed firmly on the lights. Just a few more seconds and the Grand Prix of the Americas is go.
He's in the weights, the best in the world. It's full throttle, lights out, and we're underway here in Texas. A really good start from pole position again by Pecco Bagnaia. Will Rins get the drop on him though up the hill into the first corner? Rins desperately trying to find a way through. He can't. Alex Spargo got away well, but it's Pecco Bagnaia in position A. He leads into turn 2.
It really bunched up there in turn 1. Marco Bezzecchi was surrounded. The championship leader lost places. He'd made a good launch, but then he dropped back as we got two tangling at the back.
That's one of the pertama racing machines, isn't it? It's Alex Marquez, I think, as well. Is it Alex Marquez? I believe it is.
Like it.
Yeah, I think so. Alex Marquez, who dumped it in the sprint, having, believe it or not, vomited inside his helmet. How horrendous does that sound, crashing at turn number 12? Yeah, and Jorge Martin's gone down as well then. So two of the men who we thought were going to be big hitters in this full Grand Prix down. Is that Jack Miller, who's had a really strong first lap? It is Miller. He's up into 4th place already. Rins attacks Bagnaia down the hill in the braking zone for turn number 11. That was so close, but he can't find a way through now. This is the catty territory, isn't it? Bagnaia will just wind up the gas, wind up the top of the 6th gear. What can Rins do to try and pick up some slipstream?
Luca Marini came through the first sector in 3rd. He's dropped behind both Miller and he's coming back at Quartararo. This is Quartararo braking super late. That's where he has to make up his time. Quartararo drew Marini into 4th position.
Alex Spargo's gone down as well. So already on the first lap of this full Grand Prix here in Texas, we've lost Alex Marquez and Jorge Martin. That'll be reviewed after the race. And now Alex Spargo's gone down early on as well. Maybe a full fuel tank, a factor to consider there into turn number 12. So Alex Spargo was within touching distance of the podium in the sprint yesterday. He's gone down. Jorge Martin, who was one of our 3 men on the sprint podium, he's already out. I think Alex Marquez okay as well. It looked like he got pincered there between 2 of those crashed motorcycles. So early yellow flags out on this first lap. A dramatic start here in COTA, but it's been picture perfect already for Pecco Bagnaia. He got the start he wanted. Yeah, Miller's found some really good early rhythm here, hasn't he, on that KTM? Really good. He was a 10th quicker, nearly 2 tenths quicker than Rins directly ahead of him. 3 tenths almost faster than Pecco Bagnaia as well. They snake and weave their way through this wonderful, breathtaking first sector. From the helicopter shot, there is Bagnaia then. He leads by, what, 3 or 4 bike lengths ahead of the hard-charging Alex Rins here. Alex Rins, you'd be forgiven for thinking this was Marc Marquez on top of that Honda, wouldn't you? Given Marquez's prowess around this COTA circuit, Bagnaia at the moment can't make that decisive breakaway. He'll be thinking about the bigger picture though, the tyre life towards the end of the Grand Prix. Further back then, we're looking at this battle between Zarco, Vinales and Oliveira. That's for the back end of the top 10. Zarco over the line, he was 7th, that's where he is at the moment. Vinales 8th, Oliveira 9th. Expected a little bit more from Brad Binder. I just wondered, with Binder being in this group, whether he's having some front tyre pressure problems here, because he's not really made any significant progress forward from that 11th place on the grid.
So did Vinales get the start wrong again? We're watching him. He did go backwards a couple of places. There you can see again a poor launch. Not as bad as he got yesterday in the sprint, but still lost 3 or 4 places off the line and then got swamped into turn 1. So the start problems continue for Maverick Vinales because he lost those 2 places on the first lap. And that was even with the Martin Marquez collision up ahead of it.
Alex Rins, look at this, look at the corner speed of that Honda as well, as he came through that real tight first gear turn number 15. He could almost reach out and touch Pecco Bagnaia there. Here we are looking back again at the Vinales battle. Got through Miguel Oliveira on the previous lap. Oh, Alex Rins, he was thinking about a move there, wasn't he? You could just see that Honda snaking around underneath him on the brakes, just as he was in the sprint yesterday. Working to the absolute maximum, pushing himself and that Honda to the absolute limit, squeezing every thousandth of a second out of his motorcycle, every ounce of performance out of himself here. An absolutely rumble here, isn't it, from Rins to keep the pressure on Bagnaia.
Said a couple of laps ago, if Alex Rins gets a sniff of an opportunity at leading this Grand Prix, he's going to go for it. You saw an opportunity, an example of it there into turn 19. He was just too far back. But once again, this first sector, Alex Rins, so fast and flowing, so silky smooth, able to carry that corner speed on that Honda, and he's just eating into the distance between himself and Bagnaia. Bagnaia will want to try and have a bit more of a comfort zone than this. If he's managing at this stage of the Grand Prix and making sure that he has some time left at the end, it's a bit of a risky game with Rins so close up behind him.
Yellow flags are out in sector 2. Oh, Jack Miller's crashed. Oh no, Jack Miller has gone down. Jack Miller then, unfortunately, it's the double hat-trick. That is, can you believe it or not, crash number 6 for Jack Miller. He was starting to make big progress towards this lead too, but unfortunately Miller ends his weekend. It's been a very tough weekend, a sorry weekend for the Aussie. He punches the tyre wall there. Frustration in the extreme for Thriller Miller. The front just going out from underneath him there. First gear turn number 15. He could almost reach out and touch Pecco Bagnaia there. Here we are looking back again at the Vinales battle. He's got through Miguel Oliveira on the previous lap. Oh, Alex Rins, he was thinking about a move there, wasn't he? You could just see that Honda snaking around underneath him on the brakes, just as he was in the sprint yesterday, working to the absolute maximum, pushing himself and that Honda to the absolute limit, squeezing every thousandth of a second out of his motorcycle, every ounce of performance out of himself here. And absolutely rumble here, isn't it, from Rins to keep the pressure on Bagnaia.
I said a couple of laps ago, if Alex Rins gets a sniff of an opportunity at leading this Grand Prix, he's going to go for it. You saw an opportunity, an example of it there into turn 19. He was just too far back. But once again, this first sector, Alex Rins so fast and flowing, so silky smooth, able to carry that corner speed on that Honda, and he's just eating into the distance between himself and Bagnaia. Bagnaia will want to try and have a bit more of a comfort zone than this. If he's managing at this stage of the Grand Prix and making sure that he has some time left at the end, it's a bit of a risky game with Rins so close.